Tom in Willow Spring is up next. He wants to sound off on Bryce Young. Tom, welcome to the show. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I agree with the caller that the first guy, we need to get rid of this guy as soon as possible. It's not really even about putting Dalton in. I'd rather see Hooker if we're going to go that route. At least he does have, like you said, it might only be a 1% chance that he could turn into something. But it's a better chance than that Bryce will ever be anything. And I want to just remind people that for all the good that Bryce supposedly did, Arizona is not a good pass defense to start. They were down both of their starting defensive backs, their corners, and they went to prevent because they were up 20 points. And it took a ridiculously stupid play by Kyler Murray and the onside kick to even get close. And after that, when they started playing real defense again, Bryce was back to terrible. 2 or 3 bad balls, an intentional grounding, a sack fumble, a sack on fourth down to end the game. I mean, just one terrible play after another. And the last thing as far as that goes is that the announcers, I'm just getting tired of them. You know, Bryce, I guess technically would be a good pass, but a lot of these passes, they're, for an NFL quarterback, they're routine passes. And every time Bryce completes a routine 10-yard pass, I got to listen to these announcers go crazy like he's Johnny Unitas and talk about, oh, man, Bryce, did you see that's an amazing pass by Bryce Young. He can do it. He can't. These are passes that you have to make 95% of the time, and Bryce makes them like 20% of the time. And I'll leave it at that.
Thank you very much, Tom. I appreciate the call. The Hendon Hooker side of it is a bit more intriguing because he was a third-round pick and he did deal with the injury, so there might be some potential there. He's a North Carolina guy originally, played at Virginia Tech and then became a star at Tennessee. What I would say there is I don't want to put Hendon Hooker in a situation where he's set up to fail. He hasn't been in the program that long. I don't think he knows the offense. If you wanted to throw him in for like the last 2 games of the year, if you're all the way out on Bryce, just to see what you have, see if there's something there, okay. But putting him in now, I think then you're setting Hendon, especially now that 2 offensive linemen are going to IR, 2 of the starters. I'm not sure I want to throw Hendon Hooker out there. I don't know if that's fair to him. And then secondly, I think there's a life lesson there in the announcers. Because Bryce is undoubtedly nice dude, right? Like handles everything well. So the announcers are probably subconsciously like, no, he's like, oh, look at that throw. They want to see him succeed. If you want people to root for you, you know, be a solid person. At least that's what it seems like to me. The Drive, Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. It is a Monday sound off. We'll go to Sean in Virginia up next. Wants to sound off on the Panthers. Sean in Virginia, welcome to the show. The floor is yours. Go ahead and sound off.
Hey, how's it going, Tim? First of all, go Wolfpack. Second of all, I could sit here and talk to you all day about everything that went wrong with how bad Bryce is, the play calling, not scheming up Xavier Legette to actually do anything that he did in college. But I'd rather talk about the one positive that I took away, other than special teams. Our defense did look a lot better. They got some stops when they needed to get some stops, and I think that we're still bashing them based off of last year's performance, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. I appreciate you, Tim.
Thank you very much for the call. There's, like, last week they did give up 200-something yards rushing. The defense in the second halves has been good, but also when you're down 20-3 at half, it does set yourself up to be playing against a team playing more conservatively on offense. If you want silver lining, though, I'll give you this one. The rookies. And not just Fritterer McMillan, although including Fritterer McMillan, but Princely Umanmielen got a sack. That's a guy that has had the skill set to get after quarterbacks that I've been talking about since draft day. And I mean, he didn't play a ton of snaps. He wasn't out there a large percentage, but he did get Kyler Murray. So shout out to him there. And also, Trevor Etienne appears to have a little bit more pop than I expected in my pre-draft evaluation. So if you're looking for a little bit of optimism, you might be able to grab that from the rookies' performance. And yeah, I guess you could say the defense got better as the game went on, but also I think the Cardinals got more conservative as the game went on because that makes sense. They should.
Let's not forget that to wrap around halftime, the defense gave up 2 touchdown drives.
Yep.
And one of that was good field position by the Arizona Cardinals because of bad punt coverage.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot. There's
a lot.
There's a lot of yeah buts, but yeah, but. Phone lines, we actually have some open lines here. So if you've been calling and haven't gotten through, 919-860-5326. Next up, that's been waiting patiently, Jonathan in Chapel Hill. Jonathan wants to talk Panthers. Welcome to the show, Jonathan. Go ahead and sound off.
Hey, guys. As always, enjoying the program and especially enjoying this segment. For whatever it's worth, the Panthers have won the second half of both of their games. And I'm wondering if maybe, just maybe, we're not going to have a splat of a nosedive after all, and there will be some credibility to this team. Appreciate it. Take care.
Thank you. That is the temptation. That is because there is logic to it, right? Like, hey, once we start down, we kind of figure it out. I actually went and totaled it up this morning, right? And I said I went back and watched every single one of Bryce Young's plays for a second time this morning. When the game with Arizona was within one score, okay, so it was obviously within one score at 0-0, at 7-0, then at 10-3, and then the last drive of the game when the Panthers got it back within one score and got the ball back driving for the win. With the game within one score, here are the stats for Bryce Young. He went 9 of 16 for 61 yards with one sack fumble return for a touchdown, an interception thrown, and another fumble taken away on a defensive holding call, and a game-ending sack taken. That's the entirety of his performance within one score. That's not the first half. That's not the second half. It is the entirety of the game when it was within one score. So until the offense can play better in the higher leverage situations, I do not anticipate we might not splat as much unless you consider just having more respectable losses, not splatting, right? Rather than getting beat by 17, you get beat by 7, which I could see them doing, right? I saw somebody calling him Brycey backdoor because he backdoor covers on the spread, which I guess there's something to be said for that, but not really in the win column.